Hello everyone, I hope you're having an awful day because we'll probably be getting a hell of a lot worse after hearing about this situation that happened just a few days ago. Hello, I'm Onyx's. This is my face now. I decided to show it because there's really no reason not to. How are you doing? Probably good, bad, no matter what it is, it's gonna be pretty bad after hearing about or after I talk about what's going to happen here. This video is going to be about the Chase Brown drowning that happened not too long ago, where a kid, he's around 5 to 8 years old, drowned in a communion pool, um, in Florida. So let's go ahead and talk about this, and not waste any time, shall we? So we're gonna be watching two videos today. We're not gonna finish all of them, so that we can get a lot of information out this, and so I can eventually bring this or bring more attention to this. So let's go ahead and get started with news for Jax, where it says dozens gathered on Jacksonville's north side Friday for a vigil to honor 7-year-old Chase Brown. Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says Chase, who had autism, was reported missing on August 5th and was later found in a retention pond. No foul play is suspected. Let's go ahead and dive in.
That saying carried across the north side as dozens gathered with candles, balloons, and stuffed animals to remember 7-year-old Chase Brown.
The day he was born, when I held him,
Chase was Lamont Brown's first child, and he says becoming a dad changed his life. A little over a week ago, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says Chase, who had autism, was reported missing the morning of August 5th. Investigators say a large search followed, and Chase was later found in a retention pond. JSO says no foul play is suspected.
but I'll just remember Chase just for, man, just a smile and his energy, man.
Yeah, that's all the first video has to offer. We do get a bunch of information, and you can hear whenever it cuts to the dad how he's speechless and can't really talk. Because yeah, this is gonna be really traumatizing for a family or just an individual in general just to go through. And this, I feel like nobody should have to go through this because this is a very unfortunate moment. I really have the biggest condolences for that family. Let's hop into the second video, shall we?
Good afternoon. This is a family's worst day, and I can tell you that it's deeply affecting every employee from the sheriff's office who's out here responded and is on scene. Um, we know from a 911 call that we received around 9:30 this morning from a frantic father that said that his child has gone missing. His 5-year-old autistic child he couldn't locate. He told us that he last saw his child around 5 a.m. The child sleeps with him, and he was trying to get his son to drink something. His son didn't want it, and they both fell back asleep. He woke up at 9 a.m., saw that his son wasn't in bed with him, so he looked around the apartment, didn't see him there, became a little more frantic, started looking around outside and saw that the screened in area, the screen had been broken and pushed open. He looked around, he hesitated for a second and called his mom, who they live with, who's an elementary school teacher, and called and contacted her to make sure that, hey, maybe my son's with him. Unfortunately, the son wasn't with her either. So during this half-hour time period, he then, from 9 o'clock to 9 a.m., when he woke up till 9:30, decides to call us. Within minutes, we're here. Matter of fact, over 140 deputy sheriffs showed up here today. Our aviation unit was here. Our drone deputies were out here. Our canine, along with our dive team. Speaking with our canine handlers deployed one of our bloodhounds, and when we're doing search and rescue, we know they're better than some of our police utility dogs that serve a different purpose. That the dog continued to go around this retention pond that's about 30 feet at best, located behind the apartment. So at that point, he notifies the dive team to start here. Moments later, the dive team member that entered the water entered into about 5 feet or about waist high water, felt what he believed to be a.
So taking in from what we just heard, this is one of the saddest things I've ever heard, and this is so unfortunate that this happened to a family. Like I said, no one deserves to be put through this. No one deserves to go through this. This is all just so sad. And I can't imagine you wake up and you wake up and you realize your son's not in the house. He's not anywhere. You can't find him. And then you have to go to work, so you can't search for him or anything. And then you call the police as a last resort, and they tell you that he passed. Like that, I cannot imagine what that family is going through right now, and I feel so bad for them because they do not deserve to go through this. Let's keep watching.
5-year-old child, and indeed, unfortunately, this isn't the outcome any of us would ever wish to have. We ended up recovering a deceased 5-year-old child. I just spoke to the family, got done speaking to the grandmother, and asked her, what could the sheriff's office do for you? And she said, change this nightmare, wake us up from this nightmare. I said, is there a message that we can put out here today? And she said, tell people not to ever avoid getting swim lessons. So I'm going to honor those wishes. Anyone out there, regardless of the age of your child, regardless of the circumstances, they have special needs, it doesn't matter, get them swim lessons. We know scientifically proven that autistic children are prone and attracted to bodies of water. I'll tell you this, that I think it's important to note. This is our second autistic child that we have recovered who is drowned in this apartment complex in the Northdale area in less than 2 months.
This shit is insane. I totally agree with the grandmother. You gotta help us wake up from this nightmare. Snapping back to reality. And just some of the comments are saying, why don't you put fences on around the ponds and stuff, so to prevent these things from happening, and especially not doing anything after the first autistic kid. It doesn't matter if they're autistic even. Why wouldn't you do anything to prevent it happening again after the first kid drowned? I think that's just really stupid. How you gonna learn? You learn about this happening, and then you're not gonna do any safety precautions so that it's probably going to happen again.
Who is drowned in this apartment complex in the Northdale area in less than 2 months. The second 5-year-old autistic child. Our victim here today just turned 5 years old. The family's was kind of in a swing of celebrations. They just celebrated his 5th birthday. They also just celebrated that he got accepted into an elementary school. They were excited that they located a school here that was going to cater to his abilities and his learning style. So they were extremely excited. But now Monday, instead of planning the first day of school, they have to plan a funeral.
I love the way he words this so much. Oh my god, it's just so awful hearing about this. I I don't know, dude. Just being and it's on their birthday too, so it makes it 10 times worse. And the kid had just turned 5. Yeah, the kid just turned 5 years of age. A whole half a decade. And then they have to, instead of just planning for the first day of school the kid got accepted into, they have to plan for a funeral. And it's just crazy. And I'll probably words that so he brings attention to like this. We can't keep this going. This ain't cool, bro. Like, this is honestly one of the worst things that anybody could experience in their entire life. Anyways, I just really wanted to talk about the situation because I just heard about it and it's just really awful. Just knowing that somebody had to go through this, and especially after the first one, they didn't do no safety precautions or anything to prevent it happening again. So I just really wanted to bring attention to this. Give like if you have like a GoFundMe, help them out because no, it's gonna be a really hard time recovering from this and everything. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Like a channel update, kind of. I think I'm gonna become like a news channel because I posted like that Isaac video and stuff that didn't really get any traction. And then I've been watching just a lot of people like Joshua, Jarvis Johnson, Curtis Connor, Shira on the Wall, all those guys. And I'm just like, hey, I really like this content, and I agree with like a lot of the things they're saying. So, next video might be this week, might be next. Yeah, I just hope you guys have a good day, and hopefully no one gets up to experience something as bad as this. That's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.